Hi, I'm Crystal, and I am going to talk to you about the struggles mothers face every day while going to college. Um, this actually, here you'll see in just a second, is a picture of me and my daughter, and that's my little everything, who I'm not only doing this for myself, but doing it for her. And she's what keeps me busy every day. I I think that you should care about this topic because not only does it affect me, but it affects all sorts of parents and mothers around, and it may even affect someone personally to you. So if you know someone personally who is raising a family and trying to work and go to college, just take that into consideration because it's a lot of work. And also, I can actually speak on this topic because I am one of those moms. Like I said, I have a daughter. She's 6 years old. She is very active in lots of different things. And so um, some days it can be a lot to do. And it's a struggle some days as well. Now, with that said, I do work 20 to 30 hours a week. I also raise my daughter and I take 12 credit hours a semester at school. So, if you can imagine, I'm extremely busy. We have ballet, soccer, soon to be softball. It's kind of crazy some days and a little hectic. But in the end of the day, I wouldn't change it for anything because I love her and I'm very thankful and blessed that I'm able to do what I'm able to do. But as Geneva Crooks says, just because you're a parent does not mean all your dreams have immediately turned into fairy tales. I really like that, and that really hit home really hard when I read that. And that just tells me don't give up on your dreams. Just because you're a mom or a dad and it's really hard right now and trying to work and raise your family and better your life by going to school, you shouldn't give up on your dreams just for that reason. You want to set an example too for your children, and your children see that. And by doing good in school and graduating, you're going to better your life and your child's life because, as we all know, it's not about buying your kid everything, but everything in the world costs money. So, with that said, if you graduate, get a good job, you're able to do more for your child as far as providing them with a better life. And I know that's what most all parents want for their kids. They want to give them a better life and better than what they had. As it was listed in the Social Forces, it states that in-depth interviews with over 51 young adult parents suggest that working class young adults envision college as a route to moral worth and an escape from their current grim reality, what we term salvation. And that couldn't be more true because you don't want to have to struggle for the rest of your life. All of us are going to college to be able to have a good life for ourselves and for our families. And at the end of the day, we all work extremely hard for the same goal. It's just others may have different reasons why they're being pushed to do it. But at the end, we're all working towards that goal. The speech that I am going to inform you about are the challenges that mothers face every day while going to college, like I said. So, as you all know, being in college full time is very hard. It's not easy. So, when you combine the two things of raising a daughter, working, and going to school, it's definitely, struggles some days. It's definitely a lot to take on. But as I always say, anything that's worth having is not easy to get. And we all know that. And there's a reason for that, I assume. Today, I'm going to tell you about time management and the workload that mothers face and they take on. First, I'm going to discuss time management, and that's always checking dates because in reality, mothers have to book things around their children. So you live by a calendar, you are always checking times, dates, etc., activities or projects. As the Journal of Child Studies says, multi-level modeling revealed that youths whose mothers worked over more evening shifts, that they spent less time with their children compared to mothers who worked fewer evening shifts. I definitely believe that. I actually do my work during the day while she's at school. And then at night, after she goes to bed, I take the initiative to do my homework. And so when I do my homework, I do that after she goes to bed. And the reason for that is I want to be able to spend those evenings with her. I want to be able to help her with her homework, do baths, play, things like that that really matter. Because I feel like those are a lot of important things that get overlooked nowadays. And they're really important to your child's growth and development. And so I think you should carefully manage your time to get everything done. And you still have to have time, again, like I said, to play with your kid, because playing with your kid is very important. They really need that. They do. Next is scheduling. Like I kind of touched on already, you have to always check your child's schedules and activities before scheduling something. Some days you just have to learn to fit more than one thing in. There's going to be some days you cannot do anything but say, okay, fine, I'm going to go ahead and tackle 2 or 3 things at once. And it's just part of it. It's hectic and it's crazy some days, but in the end, you make it work. You figure it out. You learn to, when times conflict, to make it work. As the child care, as Administrative Issues Journal stated, the research conducted by the Gates Foundation determined that over 3/4 of former students surveyed felt that they would have graduated if the college or university had offered child care. If my daughter was not in school, I can totally relate to that, because it's hard. It's hard to find someone to watch your child. You know, most of us who have kids that are not extremely like older, I guess, in a sense, like our parents are still working. They're not retired yet. So it's like, you know, I feel like when I was younger, like my grandparents were around a lot more, but it seems like grandparents are working a lot more. So they're just not there to watch your children for you. And in today's world we live in, this society, we cannot trust people, just anyone, to watch our children. There's a lot of weird people out there and sickos. And I say that not to be directed towards anyone in particular necessarily, but there are. And whenever you become a parent, you get really skeptical of people and you're like, yeah, no, I don't trust you to watch my kid. So you put a lot of stuff off that you maybe could have gotten done if you would have had more help and had a setter. So I can relate to that. The next is also the workload that mothers face. I mean, everyone has to work. I get that. But when you have another human you're caring for, you're taking care of the complete house yourself, whether that's doing homework, of course, caring for your child around the clock, taking care of your home, cleaning, cooking, working. For example, taking care of your child around the clock, that is a big one. My child got the flu and she has been sick for like almost 2 weeks and then got a double ear infection. Talk about crazy. I've been trying to work plus do all of this homework and somehow I've been making it. I don't know how, on very little sleep probably, but with that said, there's just sometimes that your whole world is up. It gets thrown up in the air and you're kind of like, what am I going to do? You know, how am I going to do this? I can't do this. Some days you tell yourself, but you have to remind yourself you got here and you got here because you can do it. And so I have to keep pushing myself. And so overall in this speech, of course, I informed you about the challenges mothers face while attending college and trying to make a better life for themselves and their family. And I also discussed time management with you, scheduling, and the workload of a mother. And I definitely appreciate you listening, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you.